No timeouts remaining.
He causes too many timeouts. That's a technical foul.
They have a timeout.
Buzzer can't do so.
I don't think they had a timeout. Did they have the one left?
It'll be a technical foul.
Hey, welcome back. No Timeouts Left, episode 27.
And we back.
We are back. This is Coach Klein along with
Money Mike Phillips.
and
TJ Franks.
Statman friends.
We're going to talk quite a bit of stats today. We're going to change it up this week. We're not going to review week 4 of the NFL too much. What we're going to do is a state of the division, and we're going to talk about all the divisions in the NFL. But first, how are you guys doing?
I'm good, man. I went to a wedding this weekend, and the love was in the air, and now I feel great about myself and life.
That's how it should be. It's always awkward to go to a wedding that it doesn't really feel like that. I've been to a couple.
Those shotgun weddings.
Mm-hmm.
What you up to this weekend, TJ?
Man, you know, loving some.
Don't say it.
Yes, loving some City of Brotherly Love right now, man.
Already.
Yeah, there it is.
But, we'll get into that for sure.
Just jab me
It's
in the
coming.
heart. It's already bleeding.
It's coming.
Yeah, well, same here. I've been a little under the weather the last few days, working hard and just taking it easy, and it's time to talk some sports. So we're going to start off with the state of the divisions in the NFL. We're going to talk some college football, of course, as always. We'll brush up on some Major League Baseball playoffs starting tonight.
Uh-oh.
It is Tuesday night, so the first wild card game is tonight. And I believe that's the Nationals and Brewers, and tomorrow night is the A's and Rays. So we'll touch up on that in a bit.
Get your Cracker Jacks ready.
And get ready. It's time to talk football.
I think it's safe to say that all these fans came out here to watch a game of football.
John, we're in commercial.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making conversation.
NFL Week 4 in the books. How you guys feeling about your teams?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't even want to talk about it.
We stopped the undefeated
That's one
team.
game. That's one game. Hey, my Bucks are looking not too shabby right now.
They came back to life.
Yeah, they did.
What happened?
There's a lot that happened, but we'll get to that in a bit. So I want to start off with the NFC, and we're going to start off with the NFC North. This will be an interesting division to talk about because everybody's got a 500 or winning record. Even the Lions.
Yeah, that's the surprise for sure.
Yeah, it is. So we'll start with the Lions, the bottom of the division. Technically, Minnesota's the bottom of the division because they have 2 losses. So we'll start with them.
All right.
Minnesota 2-2. Dalvin Cook is the second top rusher in the league, right behind
McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey.
By a yard, though.
By 1 yard, and I'm sure Dalvin Cook will pass him soon. He's been tearing it up. Their defense is great. They have a great overall roster, but is Kirk Cousins living up to the hype?
I thought he was overrated, just to be honest.
I've always thought he was overrated. I used to love facing him with the Cowboys.
Yeah, dude, come on now.
I've always been a big supporter of Kirk Cousins, especially back when he was drafted. I always thought he was better than RG3 back then.
For sure. Maybe not the rookie season, but
Yeah, maybe not the rookie
that.
season, but yeah. But, of course, attribute that mostly to injuries for RG3.
Yeah, poor guy.
The big thing about Kirk Cousins now, it seems like he's just throwing too many balls to receivers that aren't open when there's somebody wide open. And I've seen on Twitter a lot of people kind of exposing that through little playbook simulations. And, man, he's just missing his targets. He's not seeing them.
I saw something that was like it was like a meme of had the backs of Thielen and Stefan Diggs, and it was like, imagine if Kirk Cousins wasn't their quarterback, how good this tandem would be.
Right?
Like, that's sad, man.
Yeah. We'll move on to the Detroit Lions, 2-1-1. They tied against the Arizona Cardinals week 1. They're hanging in there, and Matt Stafford's leadership is keeping them alive.
That cannon, man.
That
Cannon,
money.
indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
That contract.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, man,
That
he
defense is
is
solid.
living up to the hype of that contract.
He is, though.
The defense is so good, though.
The defense is good. They stay They stay alive. They stay awake, especially late in games. They don't
Close
give up
game
on
last
plays.
week too.
Yep.
Against
I mean,
the Chiefs.
Against the Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly.
Chiefs had to come back to win that.
They're kind of like another Houston who seems to be playing a lot of close games, but I'd honestly say at this point right now, Detroit's better.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Detroit's doing it with like nobodies for their receivers too.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
really
insane. And they got like a rookie tight end that's pretty solid too.
Yep.
though. Yeah, was it Johnson?
Or Hawkins something, I thought.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
We
Not
will-
important. It's the Lions.
Oh, it's important. We'll figure it
just
out. Green Bay. We'll go to Green Bay, 3-1. Aaron Rodgers, you alluded to this last week, Mike. Low numbers to start the year. But,
Yeah,
but he's still commanding the offense. He's still Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he almost came back against the Eagles too. Almost.
Is their defense for real?
I think the Eagles kind of exposed them with the running game.
I was going to say yes and no. It looks like their rush defense is a little less than average there.
Oh yeah.
Once you figure them out. So will Green Bay hold up to the 3-1 in the next quarter of the season?
Not against the Cowboys. They're about to be 3-2.
Oh, they play the Cowboys next?
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, whatever.
So let's see how they do against the NFC East.
Oh, we're coming out for blood.
Yep. Moving on to the final team of the NFC North, the Chicago Bears, also 3-1. Surprisingly, that one loss, I think, which was Week 1, correct?
Yeah, against the Packers.
Against the Packers.
We all picked the Bears.
Yeah.
We all picked the
I
Bears,
was on the
and
Trubisky hype.
I was on that Khalil Mack hype.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I was on the Trubisky hype. Sorry.
Trubisky, speaking of which, let's lay it down. The good, the bad, the ugly. The ugly, obviously, the bad being the first game looked terrible.
Just like didn't even throw for 200 yards in that game. I'm pretty sure.
He didn't do too well. The good, he did pretty well the next week. He did even better the next week and the next week, but then he got hurt in Week 4. Is how long's he out for?
I'm not sure.
I don't think.
I
don't
think
think
they
it's
said he
long.
was all
I
right,
don't think it said exactly.
but he didn't
yet.
come back into the game because Chase Daniels was
Right.
killing it.
That's so
Is it
weird.
Chase Daniel or Daniels?
Daniels.
Yeah,
I think
But
the
that
S
dude's
is there.
that dude's solid.
yeah, and he's in his
Great backup.
7th year. He's
Oh,
been
yeah.
around for a minute.
Solid backup. Career
Yeah.
backup probably.
Yeah.
Be one of those like Testaverde in his late years, Kerry Collins,
Billy
type
Volek.
thing. Billy
Sanchez.
Volek, Mark Sanchez.
Billy Volek is
Don't
my.
put Mark Sanchez in
No.
there. Billy Volek was way better.
Billy Volek is like my go-to when I talk about backup quarterbacks.
I'm going Jeff
he got
Garcia.
paid for so
Neil
little.
O'Donnell,
Neil O'Donnell. Yeah. I mean, we can go on and on.
Tony Romo.
Bruce Gradkowski, like I mentioned before the show. So the Chicago Bears defense, obviously they are for real, led by Khalil Mack. You think that they're good enough to keep the Chicago Bears, in
Afloat?
contention of leading the division? Because right now they're tied with Green Bay.
I think Green Bay's getting it going. As long as Green Bay gets this division is just so close right now. It's hard to
locked
really.
up right now. I mean, it's everybody's in contention.
My heart's with Minnesota as long as Kirk Cousins holds up, which I don't think he's going to.
Okay.
I think the Packers are going to be doing well by the next quarter of the season.
Yeah. So let's do letter grades real quick of each team. So let's start with Green Bay. What letter grade do you give them for weeks 1 through 4?
I want to say a B-.
Yeah, I was going to say a solid B.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say a C+ just because Aaron Rodgers is, for his standards, underperforming.
Oh yeah.
But room for improvement. I think they'll pick it up. Minnesota Vikings.
For their run game alone,
A+.
I'm
Dalvin Cook's getting an A+.
Dalvin Cook
Well,
gets
he
an
can get an
A+
A+,
for
but
sure.
we're
But this
talking
team as a
teams here.
whole, I'm thinking
going
right now I'd go with a C.
I'm giving them a C- for the base of potential. They have one of the most stacked rosters in the NFL, and they are only 2-2. They should be playing way better on offense outside of the running game.
Exactly.
So I'm giving them a C-. What about you, TJ?
I was actually going to say the same thing, man.
C-.
C-.
Yep. Detroit Lions.
I'll give them a solid B, honestly, because they've been outperforming everybody's expectations.
Yeah.
After watching them against the Chiefs, I'm going with a B+, dude.
Yeah.
Because they
Solid
should have won
performance.
that was a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give them B+ for surpassing expectations alone.
A B+ for effort.
Yeah. Chicago Bears.
I'm not impressed with the Chicago Bears. I'm giving them.
You're not buying the hype?
I'm not buying into the hype, but I will give them a solid C+.
I'm going down, dropping it to a D, bro.
A D.
A D.
Not even a D+.
Not
nothing?
even a D+.
I'm going to give them borderline B- a C+ for improving. They have really come on the last couple of weeks, and it seems like they're improving week to week, which
True.
is a good sign.
It's a testament to the coaching, most likely.
Absolutely. All right, time to move on to the NFC East. We'll start off with TJ's Philadelphia Eagles at 2-2.
Let us hear it, TJ.
Carson Wentz numbers would be better, in my opinion, with far less drops from his receivers.
Oh, for sure.
Dude,
And
of course.
TJ, how about that injury bug, man?
It's been contagious.
Yeah.
Only in the team, though, dude. It's crazy, man. But then again, I will say this, and I'm not even going to say we're going to take division this year. But I will say this. When the last time I seen us have injuries like this, I believe we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It has happened
That's your
once
prediction.
before.
Oh, no, I didn't say it was my prediction.
That sounded like a prediction.
Let's go ahead and give him a letter grade.
Man. God. I'll give him a B+. I give him a B+.
In the last 2 games, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I give him a B for just maintaining with that injury bug. I leave some room for improvement because I want to see Carson Wentz get some more completions.
love
His
to
see that.
receivers have got to support him, man.
I want to see some more rushing with Jordan Howard, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for
That
sure.
Underutilized.
I'd give them a
Plain
solid
and
B
simple.
as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense played solid in those last 2 games. Stepping up with corners dropping like flies. Like
It's ridiculous. dude.
I do like this team's grit, so I'll give it to them. I'll tip my hat.
Let's move on to the bottom of the barrel of not only the division, but one of the bottom of the barrel of the league, the Washington Redskins. Lots of issues there. Case Keenum or Dwayne Haskins?
Not another quarterback.
At this point, I'd have to go with the veteran if I was the coach, but I'm not, and they're already, I guess, deciding on Haskins. Is that what they decided to do this week?
I don't know if they've made it official. I know they
after
put him
that-
in and he didn't do
After
great.
the pick six, I'd say it's a little shaky.
Your first touchdown of your career, your pro career,
It's to the other team.
is a pick six. Like, dude, I'm sorry, bro.
There's
Hey.
been great quarterbacks in this league that have done that, though.
Yep, yeah.
I think Brett Favre's first throw was an interception or something like that.
No. Brett Favre. I was actually talking about this earlier today. I'm glad you said that.
Yep.
Brett Favre's first ever completion. Trivia question for the day.
Oh, I know the answer now.
Yeah. Who was it to?
Himself.
Himself as an Atlanta Falcon.
That's got to, you know, being on the sideline, you're just like, oh no.
Yep. But at least he caught it.
Yeah.
How different do you think this would be had the leg injury of Alex Smith never happened? You think they'd be better?
I think so, because I'm honestly, like, I've always loved Alex Smith.
Yeah, same
Even
here.
when he got replaced by Kaepernick, I thought I was
was a big-
outraged,
yeah.
honestly.
So was I. I've always been a huge proponent of Alex Smith, and I hated it that Harbaugh would not put him back in. Not to deny that Kaepernick didn't take him the rest of the way.
Oh, yeah.
But Alex Smith was killing it before he got hurt that year.
Exactly.
So anyways, who do you think the Washington Redskins' first win will be against?
What's their
I guess it would help if we had the
their
schedule up.
schedule
I'll give
looking
them the
like?
Jets just because I know we're playing the Jets and y'all are playing the Jets, so they got to be playing the Jets.
Most likely, yeah.
Let's do this instead. How many wins do you think they will get in this next quarter?
2. Oh, in the next quarter?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no,
Maybe
none.
one. Maybe
They're not going
one.
to win a game.
None to one?
No.
We're
Yeah.
unanimous on that? One being generous?
Oh, yeah.
Letter grade?
I'll give them a D- just to
Yeah.
be nice.
Yep.
D for sure.
Yeah, D for existing.
They're still an NFL team, so I can't give anybody a low grade because
Yeah.
I feel like at any moment they could turn it on. But
Yeah. Moving on to another team within the division with a quarterback change. Very interesting to see the beginning of the Daniel Jones era in New York, benching
snap.
Eli. And he is 2-0.
yeah,
2-0.
That's what happens when these young quarterbacks come in after like this established guy's been in there forever. It's like these coaches don't think to like game plan for the younger guys.
Who did Eli replace? Was it Kerry Collins?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Or no, Kurt Warner.
For the Giants?
Yeah. Kurt Warner was there.
Oh my God.
Yep.
wow. Well, while you are correct about that, about young quarterbacks, we'll do some comparison through the first 2 starts of Eli Manning and Daniel Jones. Eli Manning went 23 of 58 in those 2 games, 327 yards, 1 touchdown, and 4 interceptions. Not the best numbers. And then you look at Daniel Jones, who gets his first 2 wins in his first 2 games, 46 of 67, pretty good, 622 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Is Daniel Jones legit?
I think he is, man. I hate to say it. He's got me nervous.
Are the Giants actually good with him at quarterback versus Eli?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Eli's overdone, man.
I don't think Eli could have brought him back in that first win for Daniel Jones.
He's done too many comebacks in his life, in his career. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'm behind Daniel Jones. I have been since draft day. I think he's legit. I mean, this team looks better. It looks like a new team with him at the helm. So, great for him. Is Eli a Hall of Famer? We were supposed to talk about this last week, but due to time constraints, we did not. Is Eli a Hall of Famer to you guys?
Just for those 2 games against the
that's what I'm
Patriots
saying.
alone.
You beat the best coach, and as much as I hate to say it, the best quarterback team
we've ever seen.
Whatever you want to put it.
The best dynasty.
And 2 Super Bowls. Something that your brother couldn't even do that was way better than you.
Ugh.
On top of the Cinderella story in the first Super Bowl win.
Oh, coming from the wild card,
Dude.
all the
Oh my
way
gosh.
up.
And took out the 16-0 Patriots.
Yep.
I'll never forget that catch.
I'll never forget
Oh,
that.
the
Tyree.
helmet, yeah.
I was unbelievably sick when that game was going on, and I was in and out of sleep. And I remember waking up just in time to watch that. And then again, passed out, woke back up just in time to see Plaxico Burress catch that game, go-ahead touchdown.
Plaxico.
I was
Yeah.
about to say just in time to see him shoot himself.
Yeah, well, I thought, was that before or after the Super Bowl?
When I was
When
after.
he shot
It was
himself?
after.
That was
It was after.
Yeah.
He was at the club.
Yeah.
Celebrate
So one last thing we need to talk about with the Giants before we do the letter grade is Saquon Barkley has gone down 4 to 8 weeks. Do you think that heavily impacts them?
I think so. They're having to lean on Daniel Jones more.
Yeah.
But he's getting the job done.
He
So
is.
I think bide your time with Saquon and make sure he's 100% before you get him out there. Because when he is 100%, he's obviously one of the best running backs in the league, if
Yeah.
not the best.
Absolutely.
You don't want to risk an injury, man.
No, not till you're your
for-
star running back.
Exactly.
All right, time for the letter grade on the Giants. I'm going to say C+. I'm going to say they have room to improve. The Saquon injury hurts them, so that puts them down a little bit. But Daniel Jones pumps that letter up, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm going with C+.
I think those first 2 games kind of knocked them down a peg for me as well. But, I mean, after the resurgence they've seen with Daniel Jones, I got to give them a B, a solid B. B minus, I'll say.
Yeah.
I'd go with the B minus, and
Yeah.
the only reason why I say that is because even though I doubted Daniel Jones, and now I'm kind of just like, okay, you know, he's doing good. Everybody gets figured out, man.
Oh, yeah, eventually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I preach
And-
that more so for the second season of a player than within the span of a couple of games. But you're not
Yeah.
wrong. That could happen.
And that defense is not good. I
Yeah.
mean, they're just not.
No.
Like, we can't lie about that at
Right. All right. Talk.
all. Mm-hmm.
Time to talk about
Oh, yeah.
Mike's Dallas Cowboys, 3-1, just taking a loss the other night
It's okay.
against the New Orleans Saints and Teddy Bridgewater.
It's just one. It's just one. We'll be all right. Nah. I think we did pretty well in that game overall defensively. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we couldn't get the job done. Fell a little bit short.
Right.
Too many turnovers, too many dumb penalties, and that'll happen. You know?
Yeah, and up until that game, barring that y'all played some down teams, no denying that, Dak Prescott definitely looks much more comfortable this year. Ezekiel Elliott getting the job done.
Except for that last game.
Except for the last game. Yeah, not wrong.
But that front four for the Saints, they
Oh,
are
yeah, that's the strongest part of their defense.
they are all first-round picks.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
So, the Cowboys don't look bad. I'm not too worried about them, but I'm curious to see how they play against tougher opponents. So
we got the tough two, our next two.
Yep.
I think we got a bye week in between, but we got the Packers and the Eagles next. I see you over there, TJ.
Let's do a letter grade on the Cowboys real quick. I'm going to say B+. They're doing well. Still room to improve because they didn't get it done against the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, B+. I mean, they're still a good team, so no denying that.
I mean, my heart wants to say A-, but I do agree with you on the B+, just because there is a little chink in the armor with Michael Gallup being hurt. Our offensive line would just look porous in this last game.
Yeah, they
I don't know what was happening
because y'all have a great offensive line.
I think maybe they just got a little flustered. They're getting beat by a backup quarterback. You get a little angry and then you start making mistakes and overcompensating, and right. And the running game just wasn't there. So, I mean, if we see this in the next couple of weeks, then we could end up 3-2, or 3-3 even.
Another interesting division, the NFC West.
TJ didn't get his pick. What do you got,
sorry.
TJ? Sorry, I just started rambling.
Nope.
I get in my feelings.
You're good. TJ, what letter grade do you give your arch nemesis Cowboys?
I'm going straight F just for getting skipped.
Wow.
No, I'm just playing. No.
I thought you were serious for a second. My heart
I'm
just
gonna
dropped.
give him a B-.
Okay.
I'll give him a B-, and the only reason why I'm
fair.
gonna say that is just because. I mean, I think they got caught off guard. I think they were going to come in. They were going to be like, oh, we're going to run. We're going to throw over a backup quarterback. It's not, we're not going to worry about nothing.
We did get a little pressure every now and then, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah. I don't think, it was a good game. It was a low
Fun to
scoring
watch.
game. It was a field goal game.
The last, 5 minutes of the game, I was out of my seat.
Yeah, it was
All right. Now it's time to move on to the NFC West. Like I said, another interesting division, kind of locked up as well, except for the bottom of the barrel, Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to go ahead and just shout out my letter grade for them is an F.
Yeah,
I just don't see anything too positive to say about them, and that sucks. I mean, that's not to hate on the Cardinals. It's just they don't look good at all. They are 0-3-1. Kyler Murray, in my opinion, should have stuck with baseball.
Yeah.
Just going to say that. I've
Straight
said that
up.
before. I think he would have done better, been a better player, made a lot more money, and have a longer career. Not to say that he can't still do that, but...
I said that right when he got drafted.
Yep.
Like, when he had the choice to go to the MLB or NFL, I was just like, dude, I hate to say it because I'm short myself, but, dude, you're too small to be playing a quarterback, bro.
Yeah. We've seen small quarterbacks in the past do well, but it's a feat.
Yeah.
You got to be very talented.
We haven't hit the time spread yet for that.
Oh,
for
no.
the next one.
Do you think they'll pick up a win within the next 4 games?
I think they get their first win this week, honestly. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that.
Against who?
I don't remember who they're playing.
They are playing the Bengals.
Yep. That's I'm calling it.
Both
First
that's
this week.
right.
They're getting the win.
They could get that
The
win.
Bengals have been so sloppy.
I think they're going to lose that eagle. I think the Bengals are going to beat them.
I don't know, man. The Bengals are struggling, but we'll get to that in just
I'm
a
going to
minute.
say, I'm going to give my letter grade real quick and just say just D-. I like what Kyler Murray did in the first game to get back and win, or get the tie against the Lions, which we've seen have a very solid defense. So I just don't know about Kyler Murray yet.
Yeah.
And Patrick Peterson, he was hurt for a little bit, so that definitely hurt him. And I mean, like I said, they were the worst team in the league last year. I've said it over and over again. They're not going to improve overnight. So we'll see what happens.
TJ, letter grade?
Oh, F.
All right.
Yeah, they're not even getting nothing from me.
yeah, that's an F.
No.
Yeah, that's an F.
All right. Time for the Seattle Seahawks. Now, this is an interesting one. Russell Wilson ignites the offense when he needs to, but has moments of not looking all that great. The team's kind of shaky. I feel like they do well, but they have some weaknesses. And I had some coworkers just completely trashing them the other day. And I mean, I get it; they're not great, but their record's 3-1. They're not doing too bad. Do you
Can't hate on that.
No, not at all. Do you think the addition of Jadeveon Clowney is paying off?
I mean, apparently on defense it is, because 3-1 speaks for itself.
Right.
I don't think they would be here if they didn't have him, honestly. He just kind of anchors down that one side of the line. You can't run to that side.
Yeah.
I mean, Jadeveon Clowney he's a run-stopping defensive end, outside linebacker, and the dude's always going to be there to make the play. Like, he's at least going to get a paw on you.
Yeah. Letter grade?
I'm going to give him a B. I've trusted the Seahawks this season. I've picked them a few times in the pick 'em, so I'm going to keep rolling with them. I'm going to have some faith in them, but not too much, because they need to throw to DK Metcalf more. He's on my fantasy league. Give me some points.
TJ, what about you? What do you give him?
Man, I give him a solid, strong C, man.
Okay.
C.
I'm
C.
going to give him a B minus because I just don't count them out. So I'm going to give him a little leeway there.
Oh, here it
And
comes.
I just want to explain to y'all why I'm giving them a C and
Go
not
for it,
nothing lower. They beat the Bengals in week 1 by a point.
True.
Yeah.
They beat the Steelers, and I believe Ben was hurt, right?
I think he got hurt in that game.
I think that's the game he got hurt in.
Barely beat him, I think, by 2 points.
Yeah. That's,
Then he got beat by the Saints, which, I mean, that's not a big deal because Drew Brees was playing.
right.
And then you barely beat. Well, no, I'm not gonna say barely beat the
Well, they
Cardinals. I'm
lost.
sorry, but y'all beat the Cardinals.
Well,
lost
no.
to somebody.
So when they played the Steelers, Ben was in because that would have been the same week that Ben and Breeze got hurt.
Who did they lose to?
Oh yeah,
no.
yeah, that's right. It was. Well, they got hurt. Didn't they both get hurt week 2?
No. Week
Ben
3.
and Drew
Week
Brees
3,
both
okay.
got hurt. Yeah, same week.
Pretty sure it was week 3. So San Francisco 49ers 3-0, which is weird. They don't seem all that great, but they're getting some wins. Garoppolo to me still doesn't seem quite 100%.
Yeah, I mean, we touched on that when talking about the what was it, 5 interceptions in practice that one day.
Oh yeah,
That was
oh
horrible.
my gosh.
So I mean, he's probably not 100% at all, but
Yeah,
the
I mean,
dude's getting it done.
His
so.
his rating's not bad. It's a 96.3. He's thrown 5 touchdowns, but 4 interceptions.
You don't want that.
Yeah, he still needs to do a little more.
A little shaky.
But I think he's just coming back from that injury. It's going to take him some time to get in that rhythm again. But I have faith in him. I think he will do just fine.
I've seen so many memes about the Patriots, Chiefs, and then like there'll be like 2 pretty girls and then like an ugly girl, and it'll be like the San Francisco 49ers is the ugly one.
Yeah.
They're like, these are the undefeated teams left.
Yep.
I think those are funny.
And then we'll cap off the NFC West with the LA Rams, who just took a loss to the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Oh, did we give our rating on the 49ers?
Oh, we did not. The 49ers, I'm going to give them a C, even though they're undefeated.
Don't believe the hype.
I'm not buying it just yet. I'm going to give them time.
Think they'll lose this week?
Who are they playing?
Statman France.
Boom! I'm like. They're playing the Browns on Monday night.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, they'll win that.
You think?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty sure Garoppolo does well on primetime games.
Mm-hmm.
What's your grade?
I like the 49ers. I just don't trust them. I'll give them a C+.
Okay.
I don't think they're the real deal just yet. But they could squeak into the playoffs if they get lucky. I don't know. Their division's pretty
Locked up right now.
Yeah.
But a lot can happen. It's only 4 weeks in.
We'll see.
TJ.
We'll see.
I give him a C.
See. So we're
those
pretty even keel on that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now time for the LA Rams. Like I said, took a loss to the Bucks last week. Pretty big game.
It's going to hurt their rating for me.
Yeah, same here. It's going to help my rating with the Bucks. Jared Goff staying strong, and Cooper Kupp definitely recovering nicely, playing very well, and they do a great job of preserving Todd Gurley. But that last game, it was hard to keep up with the Bucks, man.
Oh yeah, they jumped out to a big lead really fast.
Yeah.
Like I remember checking my app on my phone because I was stuck at a wedding.
Yeah, and I was like,
And I was
Tampa's
like,
kind of getting it done.
It was like 45-20 at one point or something like that. It was
Something
up
like
there.
that. And then it got caught up.
Oh yeah.
And then the Bucks ended up winning with 55 points, highest point total of their existence.
Dang.
What do you give the defending NFC champs in terms of letter grade?
I just don't know if I trust the Rams, honestly. Jared Goff, even though he's been playing well, he's always just so up and down, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to give him a C+, I guess. That's as high as I can give him right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go C-.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, losing to a Bucks who just weren't being very impressive really hurt their grade. I would have given him a B before that, I think.
I think Jared Goff's all hype, just to be honest.
Yeah.
He's got a little spark in there, but I don't think he's like...
He looks like a Mike Glennon out there, just like lanky.
I don't know about that. I'm not too on the same page with you guys on this one. I'm going to give the LA Rams a B.
Okay.
They're defending NFC champs. They're not playing bad, and they didn't even play bad against the Bucks. The Bucks just showed up. They're 3-1. I guess they're not technically leading their division because the 49ers are undefeated with a bye week involved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give them a B. I'm not going to count them out. They have a lot of tools that they can still work with.
Oh yeah, I just think they kind of got exposed by the Bucks. I mean, maybe that defense has more holes than we thought.
Well, don't forget they're missing Ndamukong Suh, who's ironically now with the Bucks. And it's time to move on to the final division of the NFC South. We're going to start with the bottom of the barrel of the NFC South, the Atlanta Falcons 1-3. And I mean, I got to ask you guys, what's wrong in Atlanta right now?
What happened?
They beat the Eagles, so something happened.
Yeah, and then they
did.
dropped one to the Titans.
God,
of all
Yeah,
teams.
they haven't been playing well. And I'm not going to put it on Matt Ryan. Usually I would. I'm a big fan of Matt Ryan. I just think he's kind of a choke artist, unfortunately.
He really is,
naturally. But I can't even put this on him. It's just the defense can't keep up. Then the offense can't keep up because the defense can't keep up. And that way you can't put Matt Ryan in that position. You have to support him.
You don't want to be on the field like the whole game trying to score. Like, you need your defense to keep you off the field.
Or trying to keep the other team to stop scoring on you. Yeah. Which obviously, in layman's terms, is the goal of the defense in general. But they're getting scored on.
Yeah.
They're losing games. So what's your letter grades on the Falcons?
I give them a D+ because I feel like they could do good, but they have not done good lately. I don't know. We saw a little glimmer there against the Eagles, but
Yeah.
they just haven't been impressive to me whatsoever.
I'm going to say D- because I don't want to believe that the Eagles got beat by a F-grade team.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm going to give them a D. We'll just all keep it in the range of D. Just struggling. They're in a tough division already. However, bunch of injuries and quarterback issues on two of the other teams could keep their hopes alive if they can pull together. We'll move on to the Carolina Panthers, 2-2. Is Cam gonna get his job back?
I don't think so, man.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think the quarterbacks that's gotten you to the Super Bowl before, well, I wouldn't even say it was Cam mostly doing that. That defense was so good that year.
It was.
So good.
I mean, Cam did a lot. Cam did a lot that year.
Cam was showing out. We saw the Superman flex over and over again that year. But it just seems like ever since then, man, he's not had it in him, you know?
But hey, Kyle Allen, not playing too bad.
Solid. I was expecting Will Greer the whole time, but then this dude comes out of nowhere. And you got McCaffrey to lean on, so I feel like anybody could do fairly well there.
And don't forget, and I'm pretty sure Kyle Allen was the one who followed Johnny Football at Texas A&M.
Oh, Johnny Football.
Kyle Allen's not a bad player, and he's standing in pretty well, and he's doing well. He's kind of brought the Panthers back alive. They're 2-2, like I said. Where do they fit in the division this year? This division's kind of shaky right now with a lot of weird things going on.
I'm going to put them in third, man.
Yeah, I would say they finished third behind possibly the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
If they keep up how they've been
Putting
doing.
Tampa Bay number 1, dude. What you talking about?
Are you
Bucks all the
serious?
way.
Hey, we'll get
Are
to
you
that. We'll get to
serious?
that. Hold on. All right, letter grades for the Carolina Panthers. TJ first.
Man, I'm gonna give them a C-.
Yeah.
C-, just because the backup's coming out there and he's showing some potential.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he deserves it.
I think that's unanimous as
Yeah,
well.
I was thinking C- on that one as well.
Yep. Time for the New Orleans Saints leading the division at 3-1. No Breeze, no problem. As I've said before, insert Teddy Bridgewater. He didn't do great this last week, but he held it down.
They did just enough.
And man, they're lucky they have him, because
They
once
really
Breeze
are.
went down, the only two quarterbacks they have left are Teddy Bridgewater and then superstar Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill.
What does this guy not do?
No,
He literally plays every position. He can.
He's like when you're playing NCAA and it's just the athlete.
Yep.
When you're like trying to recruit somebody and they're just the athlete.
He's the athlete
That's
you're
that
trying
guy.
to recruit. Absolutely. I've never seen a quarterback return kicks
That's crazy.
and play receiver and play defensive back
And running back sometimes.
and play defense even on special teams. I mean, this guy is literally everywhere. So they have something special in him. I think Teddy Bridgewater, once he gets completely in gear again, I think he's got a future in New Orleans after Breeze.
I think so, man.
If they can convince him to stay without him getting paid elsewhere.
If he can do what he was showing us in Minnesota before he got hurt,
Yeah.
man, watch out, you know?
And as we alluded to earlier, their defense looking pretty strong, especially their front four. I'm going to give them a B. No Breeze, but I'll give them a B because they're hanging in there. They're staying tough. Teddy Bridgewater isn't doing bad. And, I mean, how do you beat having someone like Taysom Hill on your team?
Very true. Very true. I want to give them a B plus to an A, honestly, because I just feel like they're overachieving right now, and it's always nice to watch a team like kind of rally behind a major injury like that. And you got Breeze on the sideline. You can tell he gets frustrated when they're frustrated. Like, he's so animated on the sideline. He so wants to be back there. So I think they're kind of playing through his energy right now, and they're doing very well at it.
Yep.
Man, I'm going to give them... And the only reason why I'm going to say this...
because they beat
No, I should have. The only reason why I'm going to say this is because I've seen Teddy Bridgewater play for a couple of years now.
Mhm.
So I don't have that much faith in him. I'm going to go C+.
Okay.
Oh,
And now we'll talk differently when Breeze comes back.
Yeah.
okay.
Or if Bridgewater steps it up.
If he wins the
True.
starting job,
I-
no way.
I don't know if that'll happen
No
just
way.
yet.
That's a bold prediction right there.
To me, that depends on how Breeze comes back from that injury.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. It just looked like he high-fived the guy and then he was hurt. You know?
Well, sometimes it doesn't take much for a thumb to get ripped up.
That's how Mariota was with his numb fingers last year.
Yeah. All right, to round off the entire NFC, and no, this was not intentional. This is just the way it fell.
So intentional. He's lying. He's lying.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2-2, picking up a massively impressive win against the defending NFC champion LA Rams.
Killed him.
Jameis seems to be under control, does he not?
No, maybe he switched his meds. I don't know.
Pretty sure
maybe
he's
he's
only thrown
stopped eating his
2
fingers.
interceptions in the last 2 games.
He's eating his Wheaties or his PEDs.
Nah. Have you looked at him? He's definitely not taking
I'm
PEDs, man.
Totally joking.
I
He's
watched
just,
him get all big
he's just
googly
chilling.
eyed on eating a finger.
Yeah, he's just chilling, eating crab legs and
Yeah,
stuff.
so he has thrown 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in the last 2 games. His quarterback ratings over the last 3 games are 120.5 last week, 112.4 the week before, and 103.4 the week before that.
Jeez.
All followed by a week of 45.4, where he threw 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
That was a rough one.
But man, the improvement here, the new look defense, the 3-4 defense that has never, ever been run in Tampa, famous for the Tampa 2, cover 2, 4-3, whatever you want to call it. They're hanging in there.
Yeah,
They're right there with the Panthers, technically second place.
I'm starting to kind of jump on their wagon. I want to believe in them. I want to.
That
Really bad.
defense looked very impressive against the Rams. I mean, they let up a lot of points.
You got
no
the
doubt.
leading sacker in the league.
Yeah, Shaq Barrett. Sorry, Broncos. I bet you're regretting that one.
Yeah, definitely 9 sacks already.
So here comes the tough part.
4 games.
Letter grade.
How much?
I want to hear
do
what
I-
y'all got.
How much do I
I'm
believe in
going
them?
A
is the
plus
point.
plus. I've been with Tampa Bay since the beginning.
Nah.
Ever since the beginning of the season. But just to be real, I will give them a good A minus though, because
Huh?
they're
What? I mean, the Rams were impressive, and they
That's
beat
what
them.
I'm saying. The Rams were 3-0.
Yeah.
And they got beat.
Mm-hmm.
So
Big.
I'm
Yep.
gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give them a straight A minus for sure.
Okay. I like that. I was thinking more around the B plus range, just because, I mean, Jameis can fall back to earth. I mean,
That's true.
That's
He
all I'm
can.
saying.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen it. He's very erratic sometimes.
I'm actually going to give them a C minus 0.99999. They're improving, and I'm so happy to see that, but I want to see them continue that because, like you were just saying, Jameis could easily fall back down.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? So we'll see what they do in the next quarter of the season. In 4 weeks, we'll tell you exactly what they're doing. So, you guys ready for the AFC?
Oh, I'm so ready, dude.
All right, let's do it. AFC time. Let's start off again with the AFC North. We will start with the dual bottoms of the barrel. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are actually 1-3 now. They won last night on Monday Night Football.
I mean, they're playing the Bengals.
And they played the 0-4 Bengals. We'll start off with the Bengals.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Nah, I couldn't tell you. Where did Andy Dalton go? What happened to that guy?
Well, he's had an up and down career, but without
Yeah.
A.J. Green, that really hurts.
You don't have anybody to just like throw the alley-oop up to
Yeah.
anymore, you know?
Now, what happened to Giovanni Bernard?
Yeah.
I was a huge Giovanni
Didn't he go down to
Bernard
Miami
fan.
for a little bit?
I don't know.
Or am I
I'm
imagining
pretty sure he's back
I
with the
think
Bengals.
he's still on the
though.
Bengals.
Oh.
If
I'm
he went
pretty sure.
anywhere, but I know he's playing for the Bengals this year.
Maybe
Yeah.
you're thinking of Josh Hill.
Yeah, Josh Hill did leave.
Yeah, he went somewhere.
Yeah. So they're 0-4. Will A.J. Green make any difference upon his return?
Definitely. They might win a couple games.
Yeah, I think he'll help, but I still think they're going to be a low-lying team all year and get a high
Yeah.
pick.
Eifert's not doing nothing.
No.
And he was a superstar out of
Probably
nowhere.
scared he's going to get hurt. He
Yeah.
just gets hurt every year,
Yeah,
man.
he's kind of like Zach Ertz, but for the Bengals.
Yeah.
I love Zach Ertz, but he gets hurt a lot too. Pittsburgh Steelers 1-3. Big Ben goes down. Mason Rudolph steps in.
Not looking too bad.
Not looking too bad, but overall, what's wrong with Pittsburgh? Is it Mike Tomlin? Is it just not the best
I
personnel?
think it's all the drama they just dealt with, honestly.
All that
man.
drama.
The Antonio
Hey,
Brown
back
hangover.
from all
Antonio
that.
Brown, freaking
Le'Veon
Le'Veon Bell.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then it's like a big blowout
Those are
between
your-
them and Big Ben.
That was
Yep.
your triplets, was
Yeah.
Ben, Bell, and Brown.
And then Juju.
The three Bs.
right behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's not even really doing nothing.
I mean,
No,
he
well, it's
doesn't have
hard
AB.
when Big Ben's hurt.
And
true.
AB's not there to take all the
All the
pressure,
pressure off him.
You
Yep.
got nobody there to take
Yeah.
it. James Conner's not going to take it all.
No.
So let's move on to
letter grade.
Actually, yeah, letter grades for both. We'll do the Bengals first. Letter grade for the Bengals. I think we're all gonna agree that it's an F.
Dude, I'm
Definite
not even,
F.
I'm just going to hit it with the NA.
Not applicable. I was gonna say non-existent, which is
Oh,
basically
God.
the
We
same
can put
thing.
that
at this
there
point.
too.
Yeah.
jeez.
Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm gonna give them a D.
Yeah.
They got to win, so that
I'm gonna give him
revives
some
them.
hope. I'm gonna say D plus
Okay.
because I think Mason Rudolph will start to get a little more comfortable.
Right, and Big Ben's out for season, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy John surgery, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, man, God. D. I'll just go D.
D, yeah.
Solid D.
I got hope for him.
Yeah.
I want to see him
I
do
mean,
good
You
again.
can't count out the
Or-
Steelers,
yeah.
man. You never
No.
know what's going to happen
Yeah.
with them.
I
So-
keep picking him.
We'll see what happens in the next quarter of the season. Let's move on to the Cleveland Browns. Are they who we thought they were? Are they living up to
Well,
the hype?
They kind of showed up last game.
Yeah, Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis
did.
Landry, Nick Chubb,
Yeah.
Odell didn't
the
do
dude,
nothing.
like 160
Yeah,
some
Chubb
yards,
tore
3
it.
touchdowns.
Oh, God,
That
he
dude
tore it
was
up.
all over him.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to say they're definitely not living up to the hype. They're showing flashes for sure, but I think discipline is a big issue. The poor conduct on the field with the punches, the kicks.
Oh yeah, that's
OBJ being dumb enough to throw a punch at somebody bigger than him and then getting choked out.
that was great.
That was hilarious.
And for those
A
of you
preview, that's
trying
one
to
of my
compare that to Vontae's perfect and say, why isn't this guy suspended? I'm sorry. If you disagree with me on this, please at me on Twitter at Coach Klein90.
If you're gonna punch me, I'm gonna
OBJ
choke you.
deserved every bit of that.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
And that's what happens when OBJ's mad that he's not getting his targets.
He's a little
I think he had 7 targets, only made 2 catches,
Dude,
20 some yards.
yeah.
His career
Beat up.
low.
You got beat up by a practicing net, bro.
Yeah.
Yep, he
the
did.
kicker did.
Just saying.
Never forget. Let's give them a letter grade. I'm going to give them a C minus for not living up to the hype.
I agree with that. I agree.
I will at least go on the plus side for C+.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only because I
They do
feel,
have
man,
so
I
much
feel like that
potential.
sparks. Yeah, like they have the players, but like God, dude, find that spark. It's starting to make me feel like, is Baker Mayfield the problem? Are they still going through
He's got
quarterback
an ego
problems?
from hell.
He
I know
does,
he was going
but
back and forth with AB
I
on
was,
Twitter.
dude,
or
hey,
something.
I was all hyped up about Baker Mayfield.
Me
I ain't
too.
gonna lie.
I loved him at Oklahoma.
I feel like Mayfield would do a lot better without players like OBJ on his team. I think that's just a poor surrounding for him, kind of like Le'Veon Bell being behind LeGarrette Blunt. It's just who you're around.
Yep,
Who
and
you're
I mean
learning from.
That's his quarterback, man.
That's what my parents used to tell me all the time. You are
Yep.
who you hang out with, man. So we'll see.
All
We'll
right,
see if the attitudes change around.
Yep. Let's finish up the AFC North with the Baltimore Ravens, also 2-2, surprisingly, with some great performances in tow. Lamar Jackson's been crushing it. Mark Ingram's been pretty solid.
I love me some Mark Ingram, man.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Mark Ingram.
I mean, are we
Hated him at Alabama.
Are we going to call them the best in the division? I would say so.
I think they had the best shot at this current stage.
Yeah. I mean, the division's kind of a wreck right now.
we could always see the Cleveland Browns just show up out of nowhere and
Yeah.
start acting like the superstars they are.
Right.
You know?
And who knows with the Steelers?
Yeah. that's
Definitely
still
not
up
going
in
to be
the
the
air.
Bengals.
No. The Bengals are out, dude.
What's your letter grade on the Ravens?
I'd say they're playing above average. I'll just give them a solid B.
Yeah.
Honestly, because they did drop that last game big time.
They did.
I mean,
I'm gonna give them a B as well for the same reason. They started off real hot, and then they kind of faded off in the last two games.
Lamar Jackson just has trouble playing from, like, trying to come back. You know,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
more comfortable playing with a lead.
When he's crushing you, he's crushing you. But when you're ahead of him, he scrambles. No pun intended.
Man, I'm gonna go. I'll give him a B plus.
There you go.
Only reason is because I really like Lamar Jackson, and even though, granted, the Browns game, the second loss came from the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and it was a
these are two
really
good teams.
game. Yeah.
I mean, can't fault them for that.
Yeah. All right. Time for the AFC East. Man,
Yeah.
this is going to be a fun one. Let's kind of run through the first two teams real quick. The New York Jets, 0-4? Or did they get a win?
No, I don't think they've won yet.
Nope.
I'm actually about 99% sure they haven't won yet because we're playing them next week, and I'm pretty sure they're 0-4. No, they were on the bye week.
Yep.
That's what it was.
They had an early
so yeah,
bye.
they're 0-4.
All right. Well, New York Jets 0-4. Also, the Miami Dolphins 0-4. How do you fix either situation? Let's start with the Jets. Obviously, they have a painful quarterback situation with Sam Darnold going down with mono. No fun.
I think he's back.
Yeah, he's probably
Working
back.
towards it.
Le'Veon Bell, kind of in and out. Kind of hard to carry the team on your back.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a big mistake for him going over
Yeah, I
there, man.
agree. I called that when he signed. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't
that
know if
was
that's a
like-
good fit.
Took the biggest pay
I mean,
cut.
you're good, dude. You're a great running back, but you had some help with that
Yeah.
line in Pittsburgh compared to what you got now.
Yeah, and then the Dolphins, how do you fix that situation? I mean, just a wreck.
They're trying
They're
by
trying.
putting Rosen in and like getting him some more reps and stuff, but
They're trying, but it ain't working.
man,
First off, you need to get Jarvis Landry back. Go ahead and get Tannehill back, and then maybe you can win a game.
Well, let's skip the letter grades on these two. Who gets the first win?
Oh, man. I'm
think
going
the
with the
Jets.
Dolphins.
Oh,
I think Dolphins will get their first win before
You
the
think
Jets
so?
do. Yeah.
I think the Jets will squeak out a win just because of Le'Veon Bell. It's going to
Yeah.
be one of those games where they just give it to him any way possible.
They're
Yeah.
not winning this week, I can tell you that.
I feel like the Jets will get the win first before the Dolphins. So let's move on to the number 2 team in the division, the Buffalo Bills, 3-1. Bills Mafia, alive and well. And they hung in there against the Patriots. They didn't do great.
Yeah.
Well,
Josh
actually,
Allen went down, didn't he?
Josh Allen did go down. But the defense held Brady to his worst quarterback rating ever.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for that. That's a solid defense if you can do that to Tom Brady.
Didn't have a single touchdown.
Nope.
Man, and only held you to exactly 150 yards
Yep.
on the dot.
Yeah, that's very unusual. Letter grade for the Bills.
I'm going A. I'm going A, dude. All the way.
I think they have been showing that defense is very solid. if Josh Allen's healthy, I give him a solid B+.
Yeah, same here. All right, time to talk about the Patriots. Not a whole lot to talk about because it's just the same old Patriots killing it.
God.
Getting kicked off of fields for cheating again.
Yeah. We'll briefly mention the AB stint. Obviously, he was there for 1 week, caught a touchdown, and then he was gone. And it didn't affect him a bit.
Did y'all see the meme where it was like it was like AB came and caught a couple passes from Tom Brady and a touchdown like he was a Make-A-Wish kid or something?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. So they're 4-0. Obviously, we can't give them a letter grade. They're getting an A.
Oh, for sure.
It doesn't matter what anybody says. You can't not give them an A as much as you might hate them.
That last game, I'd give them a solid B-, but they still got the win.
My question is, who could stop them?
Philadelphia coming down, boys. We're playing them, I think, week 8, week 9. We gonna win.
The Cowboys got to play them, too, at some point. And I think our defense is pretty solid, but we'll see if Dak's there, you know?
Yeah.
But if they meet the Chiefs in the playoffs again, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see
Chiefs
that.
come out with that one this time.
I think the Chiefs have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the Steelers. No.
Because we didn't get to see Mahomes have a chance in overtime, you know?
Right.
When Brady
Yeah,
just
that's
drove down
true.
the field, got
Yep.
the touchdown, it was over.
Yep.
But if Mahomes would have had a chance, there's a huge chance that game would have been a different way, you know?
Man, can you believe we're already almost going on an hour in this discussion? This is good.
Yeah.
No, I like
dig
this. This is a good segment. It's fun. So let's move on
Subliminal
to
messaging. This segment.
The
Like it.
AFC West. You got the Oakland Raiders at 2-2.
You predicted that last win, too.
I did. Not to pat myself on the back, but I just tried to call a bunch of upsets to keep it interesting this past week. And what was my record this week?
What did I say, 12-4?
12-3.
12-3, there's 15 games.
Man, I sure wish I did the pick 'em at work.
Man, you killed it. You killed it.
I probably would have won.
I was 7-8, and I was going with, I was using my brain. I wasn't going with my heart.
Hey,
yet.
sometimes that doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Sometimes the NFL surprises you. And we got to,
Any given Sunday.
Oh, yeah, right. Of course, we've got to, again, mention the brief stint of Antonio Brown.
Back to back.
Man.
I'm
And
tired
we'll
of
just
this
leave
guy.
it at that.
Yeah, just a sigh and move on.
We definitely have to mention Vontaze Burfict suspended for the year, and we posted a poll asking you, the listeners.
Man, that hit.
Yeah.
That
is
hit
a
was
joke,
so
man.
Yeah,
dirty.
and there's people arguing for him not being suspended. I'm sorry, he is notorious for doing stuff like this.
Yeah, he's been suspended 4 years in a row.
You got to stop him. You have to make an example out of him. I'm sorry, but this is what he deserves at this point.
I think he's faced 2 suspensions 2 years in a row for illegal hits.
You remember when he hit AB?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spun him
that,
around,
that,
yeah.
that might be what's causing all
and then
this.
last year it was PEDs.
Yeah.
So
So that poll that we posted, do you think Vontaze Burfict deserved to be suspended for the remainder of the season? 83% of you have said yes. 17% of you have said no. There are 4 days left on that poll, so go vote, and we'll bring it back up again later.
wait, what was the poll? What was the percentages again?
83% yes,
Of course.
17% no.
That's more than I thought they would say no.
Yeah, kind of.
'Cause
I figured some people would say no.
Oh,
but-
yeah, of course.
some people love just their Bill Romanowskis and
Right.
like crazy linebackers that hit the crap out of people.
Yeah, but it's a different league and different time now.
Exactly.
So letter grade for the Raiders.
They surprised me that last game, honestly.
Yeah, same here.
Came out and just they had the other team playing from behind the whole game.
Yeah.
I'd give them a solid C+. Maybe a B-.
I'll give him a C right down the middle of the road. What about you, TJ?
I give him a C.
All right. LA Chargers also 2-2. They got Melvin Gordon finally coming back.
I'm
Scary.
ready for it.
Scary.
ready to
Yeah,
see
that
Yeah.
might, no pun intended yet again, that might charge them up. They might, no, actually that pun was totally intended.
Eckler's been doing
It
so
was
good,
nice.
though. Eckler's been killing
That's
it.
not there. Now look
Yeah,
at
can
watch
you
them
imagine both?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You could do 2 running back sets
That's
and
what
just
I'm
have
saying,
Eckler
dude. They
on the
can
little
both
flat
run the
route. Oh
outfield
my
and
god,
catch,
dude.
dude.
What do they need to do to improve? Just get Melvin Gordon in there.
Just get
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon up to speed.
Yeah.
Let him take his time because Eckler is doing well. Like I said, I think I would just take your time, give him some limited touches.
Right.
Keep playing your game because it's been working the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, and let's not forget to give credit to Phil Rivers, man. I mean, he's stuck
Old
through
man
so much crap in that
Rivers.
town. He's still doing it. I'm going to give them a C as well, right down the middle of the road. Let's see what happens with Melvin Gordon.
I'm gonna say C plus. I have some faith in these guys.
Okay.
I think they'll do pretty good down the stretch.
I'm gonna give them a B, man, just because I like
Yeah.
the Chargers.
I dig that.
I think they're gonna give KC a run for the money, man.
And they have a young defense too. Like, don't forget about that. They have drafted very well.
They have.
I wish they still had Taquito Spikes.
That
man,
dude
that
was
was
a
my
monster.
guy.
Talk about beast.
That's a blast from the past.
God.
Let's see. You got the Denver Broncos. We'll run through that real quick. Having injury issues with Bradley Chubb out for season. Flacco struggling because he just doesn't seem to have that much help. He's trying.
Yeah, you got a bunch of old men out there.
Yep.
God.
Your best receiver is Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
And
I mean, which
that
isn't
Kobe
bad.
Kid though did pretty good this past game.
Yeah.
I
he's
think
been
what
a-
hurts them the most is their offensive line.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Flacco just has no protection. He's fighting for his life right now.
Hey, Peyton got it done.
I'm gonna give them a D just because I feel like that they can pull together once they get healthy. But I don't want to give them an F. I don't think they're quite that bad.
They do have a good defense. I feel like they haven't changed that squad up very much.
No, they haven't.
So I believe in them a little bit. I'll give them a D plus.
Yeah.
I think they can squeak out a couple wins here in the next 4 games.
Yep.
Is there such thing as an F plus?
What's
Hey, if you want to give
Like
them an
a-
F plus, I'm not gonna hate
that,
on
like
it.
a 59?
I'm giving them an F plus just because Flacco's too hype for nothing.
Wow.
He kind of always has been.
He ain't been much the past like 4 or 5 years, man.
He's got an arm on him, but
Yeah.
the accuracy hasn't been there,
Ray
I
Lewis
guess.
won you that Super Bowl, not you.
Oh.
All right, it's time to move on.
Some Ravens fans probably
Time
mad
for the
about me.
Kansas City Chiefs. 4-0, obvious A. Patrick Mahomes, A. Continues to show his greatness. Their defense is effective. Andy Reid's getting it done right now.
Yeah, and they've already had to come back in some games, so they're getting that adversity in early on in the season. You know, this is a scary team.
Yeah. Well, this will be interesting to discuss right here. The AFC South.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's 2-2. Everybody's at the starting line.
Welcome to the AFC South. You really
Yep.
never know who's going to win this division
it's
every
crazy.
year.
And it's the same thing with the NFC South too.
Oh yeah.
Both of them are like that in different ways, but I mean it's just so crazy how they rotate. You got the Houston Texans, a bunch of close calls this year. What do they need to do to improve?
That defense has just got to hunker down because I think in that offensive line you got to protect Deshaun Watson because that's obviously your best player besides DeAndre Hopkins. You know, you get more pressure on the quarterback. I haven't seen a lot of J.J. Watt this year, not so far. You know, getting rid of Jadeveon Clowney really I think hurt that defense a lot.
I agree. I think that was purely a Bill O'Brien move, and
Yep.
we'll see how that pans out for him. Letter grade.
I'd B minus. I like what they've been doing. Deshaun Watson's been playing his game. He has been putting up good numbers. If the running game gets on track, I see this team being pretty decent.
Yeah.
Maybe finishing like 9-7 type team. You know.
Right. What about you, TJ?
Man, I give Houston a B.
Okay.
I give Houston a B.
I give them a B minus just because that first game. It's not like they lost that game. That was just Breeze doing what Breeze does.
Oh yeah.
And a hell of a kick.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars also obviously 2-2. We got to mention Nick Foles goes down for the season early. I think it was week 1.
And here comes the stash.
And here comes Uncle Rico,
Yeah.
Gardner
Oh,
Minshew.
my God.
He gets his chance, and he's
been throwing it over the mountains.
Yep, he's made a spectacle of it. Calais Campbell has been crushing it on defense as well as the defense has been playing well.
Yeah.
And then a big subject matter we need to discuss real quick. Jalen Ramsey, should he stay or should he go?
I think let him go, man, because
Let's do it from their perspective, and then let's do it from his perspective.
from my perspective, if I was a coach or in the coaching staff or GM, whatever, I would have to look at this as like, this could be detrimental to the team, like somebody that's acting out constantly.
Could be.
Like he has been.
He's no Antonio Brown.
Yeah, he has been a little bit of a trouble on the field sometimes. Like he gets a little too aggressive and stuff. So you got AJ Bouye there. He's a veteran. He's a very good cornerback as well. I don't know who's after those two. So
Yeah.
if I had to get rid of him, I'd try to get a cornerback in return, somebody that could like sort of replace him in a couple picks, honestly.
Yeah, I would say if the offer's good enough, I would take it. But I would try to keep Jalen Ramsey as much as I've been dogging on him. With as well as that defense is playing right now, man, you have him and you're locking people down.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and give the Jags a C+ for
I like that.
staying alive.
I like that. I just like what Gardner Minshew has been bringing to the table. Honestly, like the dude can run and throw.
Yeah.
Like and he's been kind of playing the safe game. I mean, he doesn't throw it to a lot of like double covered receivers or anything like that. You won't see him do that because
Yeah.
he's trying to fight for that job. You know,
Right.
like he wants this bad.
Yeah.
I love seeing people get in the NFL and just want it.
Yep.
So I'd give him a solid C+ to a B.
I give him a
TJ.
C+. Just
Okay.
because.
Yeah. Colts. Andrew Luck retires. Another quarterback
Shocker.
goes away. Jacoby Brissett era begins in Indy, and he's not doing too bad.
He really isn't. He's been kind of dink and dunking, but the dude gets
Hey.
it done.
Yeah, you don't have to throw long bombs all the time to win.
No.
Just going to go ahead and say I'm going to give him a C+ for staying alive as well.
Yeah, I like that.
And I think they're going to carry that momentum forward.
Yeah, with Marlon Mack being a top 5 running back in the league right now,
Yeah,
rushing
that's
yards wise,
crazy.
I'd say they're doing pretty good because they're kind of able to lean on the run a little bit more when Jacoby's not as accurate or he's having a bad day or something, you know. So
Right.
I would definitely give him a C+ to a B.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that about the Jaguars and the Colts, honestly.
Yeah.
They're both about the same to me. I think one of them's going to end up winning the division.
I'm gonna say C-, man. Because honestly, I think division winners either gonna be the Titans or the Texans.
You think so?
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that here in a sec. So let's move on to the Titans. Last team, 2-2. Mariota up and down, defense up and down. Are they the same old Titans or are they improving?
I think it's the same old Titans, to be completely honest. I'm kind of being hard on them this year. I felt like before the season started, they were going to be a legit contender for some reason. I just had that in my mind. I don't know why. But so far this year, I haven't really seen it with the inconsistencies in Mariota, that offensive line. He's taken way too many sacks. I'd have to give him a C-.
Okay. I'm going to give them a C- as well.
Yeah, I'll give him a C-.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of the Titans' existence. So let's move on just for fun. Let's do second quarter of the season bold predictions if you have any.
I'm down, dude.
We was
All
talking
right.
about this on the way.
We were talking about this on the way here.
Go hit him first, Mike. What you
I'm
got?
going to hit you. I'm saying the Cowboys go 4-0 in the next 4 games.
Okay.
That's one of my bold predictions, and we do have some very tough games coming up. I mean, we got, I think it's the Packers, then we face the Eagles, and then the Jets. I can't remember that last one. I'll have to get back to you on it, but I think we do end up going 4-0. And my second bold prediction, I'm saying Mahomes throws for over 3,100 yards in the next 4 games. He reaches that marker.
Wow.
I'm saying he ends up at 3,100.
3,100
8 games
four
into
games?
the season.
Oh, overall.
Yeah, 8 games into the season, he'll end
I
up at
was like-
3,100 yards. I know I worded that weird, but it was
Yeah.
hard for my brain.
Oh, I got you. I'm
Like,
gonna,
what's the best way to say this sentence?
not to stay on our own teams, but I'm going to say the Bucks take the lead of their division.
I could see that.
I think that's going to happen, and I also think that the Steelers catch up.
Yeah.
I think Mason Rudolph can kind of help bring them back into the fold a little bit.
I dig that.
And yeah, no, we'll just stick with that. TJ, what's yours?
Man, I'm going right off the bat. Eagles gonna go 4-0. Mine's
there we go.
kind of gonna roll in together instead of like two predictions, just like one bigger prediction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying Eagles go 4-0. Cowboys are gonna lose to Green Bay, but I think they'll win the next 3.
Okay.
I think they'll win the next 3.
So you're saying we beat y'all?
Oh no, wait, that can't happen.
They're saying we beat
So
y'all. Is what you're
okay.
saying.
Oh man, I didn't even think about it like
Yeah,
that.
because we
Why
play
didn't
y'all
you
week
say
7.
Why didn't you say that to me in the car?
Yeah, because I wanted you to say it.
Anyways, okay. So all right, I'm gonna put it like this: Eagles are going 4-0.
Yeah.
Eagles are going 4-0. Man, that's all I got, dude.
And the last team.
I was prepared on that second prediction, but I mean that caught me off guard. So.
Well, by week 8, the Cowboys have a bye week, but in week 9, the 4th team they play is the Giants. So I think we go 4-0 in the next 4 games.
Hey, let's see.
I think Giants are gonna beat the Cowboys. Daniel Jones.
No, that's a bold prediction.
Oh, that's your second one right there.
Saquon's
I like
gonna
that.
be back
I like
by
that.
then.
If Saquon's back,
He'll
I'm
be
going
back by
Giants.
then, I believe.
Okay. All right. Good talk, guys.
Yes, sir.
I like it. All
I
right.
dig that.
That does it for part 1 of episode 27 of No Timeouts Left, and we'll come back with part 2 to talk college football, some baseball playoffs, and some UFC.
There you go.